2018.06.22. Welcome to the Crypto Day morning. My name is Derek, and like always, everything within your own risk, own reward. For myself, risk management, job number one. I'm going to use silver for the purposes of talking about key levels, support that is, legs, key legs higher, key legs lower, all that kind of stuff. And this is for the comparison, of course, for Bitcoin. So the leg higher in silver occurring in 2010, 2011 had this level hit as support. And really whatever move or wherever it's going to go down to is where it's going to go down to. It was a pierce above this high. It could have been 36. It could have been even the 26 level originally. See, this is one leg higher, but that's all it had. And obviously it did not have any more support there. It had a little small amount. How much you get? Sometimes it can be a little, sometimes it can be a lot. This leg lower did bring 26. Rally, back to the level. Notice how much time it spent here, which was like none. It spent all of its congestion area in here. And this one didn't spend much time down here, but it spent more. Spent a few days in here, like 2 or 3. Spent a lot more time in here. So after 2 previous times of just barely being there, and then this time it spent weeks upon weeks in that level before its rally. And then when it came up here, it just supported it really quickly. And then the big leg lower. So that's technical analysis. The more likely support is tested, the more likely it is taken out. What I will probably do later this week is show the $4 level. I'm going to have to do that on a spreadsheet. And this is going back from the 1980s, 90s into the 2000s, how that level was tested over and over. And it never really broke it. When it broke it, it couldn't hold and stay below it. And that transitions this into that of the Bitcoin chart, which of course in this example we see now the price of silver had that small move to like 32. You can count all of this as that early indication stuff, but this is to me the equivalency of silver at that 26, spending a little more time here than it did before. And now we've seen how this is showing to be support. It's coming in here originally, looking as if it's now resisting this level. An area that was support. You would say the failed support came in here, which is where we are now. And the big leg lower I'm projecting to be 3,000. Look at this with less candles. We can see that with this 18, never able to really get above this. And just doing so is the bear market correctionary moves. Same thing again here. You see it now leaving this 18 average of lows significantly. And in a bear market, you make leg lowers over and over. This was a leg lower, correctionary move, leg lower, correctionary move. You don't expect to find support that well, or as a probable event when it comes down here. The probable event becomes new leg lower. There was no support, and of course such the case. Now when you have the situation amongst this major key level, which is basically between 6,000 and around 10,000 at the lower area of such, when you get to these dangerous zones, then it becomes more likely for the larger size moves lower. For there really is only one more leg lower based on where each one of these goes. So you have a spot here we go from like 7,000 down to like 61, 62. Because a small pierce below the previous low is really the last one, and a decent sized leg lower from here would be about 56, 5,700. So I do feel that if this thing doesn't find support in this 6,000 area, and it wouldn't surprise me if we're there today, tomorrow, it could be very soon that this play that I've talked about actually comes into fruition. And because the setup is looking good as far as the event of a decent sized reduction in price, what I have noticed in trading, when a very good setup with decent probability odds does not transpire, I often see very violent fast moves in the opposite direction. Again, I do believe it's favored to happen, and it's just a probable event. That's really all I can say about that. At 3,000, that's when I go very aggressive as far as turning the hedges or the shorts into Bitcoin and thus into other altcoins as well, as I expect them to go down further. Now, Feathercoin is phenomenal how it takes 2 days to get a load amount of losses back. As we can see, it's went from about 1,000 and is close to tripling, well better than doubling in price. And it's back to the levels that it was seeing as it was breaking down on like April the 25th. So all of this decline, a sum of almost 2 months, gets it all back in almost 2 days. When markets are ready to go, they just go. They go down a lot slower than they go up, at least the altcoins priced against Bitcoin. OK Cash. This is one that has managed to get about 2 or so weeks losses back today. Now it's doing so in a bear market, as we got the 18 average declining for quite some time. A lot of times with these, you got to be very cautious amongst such, because even if it's a situation where it's quote unquote smart money coming in, then it still can take some time for these bear markets to heal. And an example for situations like this is when you have the big decline, one of these big large rallies like such, you could very easily come back to this range within a day or two, maybe even make another leg lower or a small leg lower, and then the next few rally attempts thereafter will come into place. But with that being stated, you got the potential for the Feathercoin situation where this just goes and has fantastic gains. But a move like this can at least be a statement that it at least wants to end this a downtrend, and because of the decent move, work on a bull market. So therefore, we have key resistance at amongst an area like this 1200. And I'm showing this mainly because a lot of different codes are going to share the same sort of patterns. It's just this one is doing it at this time. I look at this resistance, I see 1214 as the lower end of this resistance. It's where it fell down from on the 0619 20-hour period. And then 3 times hit just written here, even a bit in June 12th, but at about 1287. So I want to see that range work as an area for support, which means a couple things. If you're trading, those might be key different areas where you look for buy orders. It's also something when you're keeping your eye on it, you want to see support there, and then you want to see a bullish pattern or a bullish setup appear to itself if you're looking to play a game in a situation of good bullish setups. And we'll finish this off with Litecoin, which has been well past many days, breaking its key support at around 111. I didn't expect 100 to be really support at all. That has been the case. It was resistance from June the 15th through until just now. 88 is the price, and within such, it's leaving the 18. I would be looking for a leg lower right now to go probably to about 75. And with this interesting setup of Bitcoin, a lot of these altcoins are probably going to be having difficult times as well with higher volatility. So if a situation comes in where, say, Bitcoin 3000 becomes a key bottom, that means it moves to 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. Well, if it's going to go to 3 to 6, this thing just might go from 30 to 100 or 110. as the altcoins are probably going to go down faster during the down moves, and during up moves, do the same thing, go up faster as well. Thank you for tuning in to today's video, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.